It is my pleasure to introduce Trustee Ann Oakes, who will give tonight's invocation.
Let us pray. Our Father, creator of heaven and earth, we come to acknowledge you and say thank you for being with us. We give you honor and glory, for you have given this MCC family the blessings of skilled leadership, knowledge of how to teach, encourage, motivate people to be successful. Above all, we thank you for hearts that love people. We thank you for the plans you have for each one in this building. Plans of peace, plans of prosperity, plans to bring us to an expected end. We ask now, Heavenly Father, a special blessing on the class of 2015. Be a lamp unto their feet and a light unto their path. In your precious name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Trustee Oakes. Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Secretary of the Muskegon Community College Board of Trustees, Nancy Fry.
Good evening. The Board of Trustees of Muskegon Community College consider it our privilege to welcome you, friends and family of the graduates for the class of 2015 commencement ceremony. Graduates, a large crowd of witnesses are gathered here this evening to let you know how proud we are of your achievement and to give you the send-off that you deserve. Oh, but that's not all. We want you to know that this is not the end. We will be following your progress and awaiting news of your accomplishments. The world is pacing outside your door. They're eager for you to share your abilities, your skills, and to hear your voice speak with passion for what you believe in. You, your background, your voice are one of a kind. No one, absolutely no one, can replicate all that you are. Beginning now, we will applaud you as you refuse to let failures hold you back, and there will be failures. We will applaud you when you say, I do not know the answer to your question, but I will try to find out. And we will applaud you as you focus on what you choose as your mission in life. I want to take a moment to introduce you to a woman who recognized the importance of education for knowledge and as an empowerment tool. Her name, Fatou Sisi. Unfortunately, Fatou, as her friends and family called her, is no longer with us physically. She passed away last year in her homeland, the Gambia, West Africa. A few years ago, she presented me with this traditional woven shawl from West Africa. It was accompanied by a handwritten note that included these words, and I quote, May this millennium bring to the women of the world recognition and acceptance as partners of our development process in peace and love the world over. I will always treasure this gift, but more importantly, I will remember her dedication toward helping make education available for adults and children everywhere. When I met her, Fatu was on her personal mission to establish a school in Gambia named for her only son, Usman Sisi. Usman served as Gambia's Minister of Finance and Trade. With Fatu having 6 daughters and 1 son, it was with great sadness that her son, Usman, at the age of 33, was assassinated by political foes who had taken power in a military coup. When given political refuge in the United States, Fatu and her daughters became women of 2 cultures. When in the United States, all 6 daughters graduated from college, and most went on to hold graduate degrees in demanding professions: architecture, human resources, the medical field, international relations, and education. When growing up in Africa, Fatu was the only woman to graduate from high school in the Mandinka tribe. She went on to increase her education by receiving a teaching certificate in education with additional studies in mass communication and management development. Many times I sat with Fatu and listened to the wisdom she learned from African tradition, including the joys of life and the disappointments. She had a deep faith in God shared by her children. She often told of how her faith sustained her. A Muslim educated in Africa at a Methodist girls' high school, Fatu had respect for all religions and had a genuine desire to contribute to the community she lived in and a force for unity between diverse people. Some of Fatu's family and a friend are here this evening, and I would ask that they would stand and be recognized. Would you please stand? Thank you. Dear graduates, in the years ahead, you will meet many people who will be positive examples for you, just as Fatu Sisi continues to be for me. More and more, the world will be at your doorstep. You may be willing to open the door of your life to many possibilities and friendships each one offers. In fact, I challenge you to do so. There is the potential to change your life and to broaden your thinking. So what does this have to do with me, your thinking, this evening? Well, what it has to do with you is you've already had the opportunity here at college to meet people that you may run into later on in life and share what has happened since this evening. Included in the note that accompanied this shawl are these words, and I quote, "This is a shawl used by women of power at important occasions and meetings. I wish you all the best and the guidance it has given my forebears," end of quote. Graduates, this evening I am wearing this shawl in honor of your life event, and I join with my fellow Board of Trustees who are sitting here behind me in sending you on your way with the wish that you have a higher destiny, a higher plateau of compassion, and a more noble expression of humanness. May the Creator of us all bless you on your journey. Thank you. I now present to you the president of Muskegon Community College, Dr. Dale K. Nesberry. Please help me welcome him.
Thank you, Trustee Fry. Good evening. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you to the 87th commencement ceremony at Muskegon Community College. It is also with great excitement that I stand before you here today. Although my wife and I have traveled around the country, lived in places like California, Massachusetts, Colorado, and Michigan, it started for us here at MCC. In fact, we met, though those many years ago, in the band room at Muskegon Community College. But I'm so excited for you because you did it. It's during times like these that you demonstrate that you could accomplish what you believed you could. The theme of this commencement celebration is Start, Stay, and Succeed. You are living proof that this theme works. You started your college career here at MCC, you stuck to it, and now you're being graduated. So now it is time to celebrate with family and friends. You, all of you, are role models. Because you have graduated from college, research shows that you will earn more during your working lifetimes, and your children and grandchildren will most likely graduate from college as well. Although you have finished what you started here at MCC, clearly you are not done. You must continue. Whether you continue your education by completing degrees at four-year colleges and universities, or by completing future job training and/or updating skills at MCC, you must continue your education to be successful. You must become lifelong learners. Graduates, we, the Board of Trustees, the faculty, staff, and honored guests are here to recognize your accomplishments. Remember that commencement is the beginning of the rest of your lives. There is much more to come, so be sure to share your skills and apply your knowledge with wisdom and compassion. So congratulations to you all. As for your families, this is their day too, because they've been on this journey with you. They've listened to you, they've worried for you, they've placed their hopes in you, and as a parent and a spouse of multiple college graduates, they wish you'd call more. So finally, let me share with you something that you may not know. One of the most important things to me as a president of this college is you. I mean, you are why I am here. In fact, let me share some facts about Muskegon Community College that many of you in the audience may not know. Muskegon Community College is the home of a multiple world record holding dragster short circuit. Our faculty and students are the operators, builders, and drivers of that vehicle. It's raced all over the country, and its home is here at Muskegon Community College. We're also the home of the best nursing program in the state of Michigan, bar none. Bar none. In fact, tomorrow I will be in Lansing with, among other folks, Megan Schwing, who was in the platform party with me, and other students to work with our legislature to ensure that our college is able to offer a four-year baccalaureate degree program as well as our four-year universities, because we score better than every college in the state nearly every year in nursing. Again, deserves a round of applause. We have an outstanding undergraduate research program here at the college. Many of our students will travel, I believe, soon to Oregon, led by Darren Matoni, one of our faculty members, an extraordinary effort that's funded by the National Science Foundation. These are who you are. You are the best students, not only in Muskegon, not only in the state, but in the country. So I, for one, am extremely proud to be a partner with you. So thank you for what you've done for me, and thank you for what you've done for all of us here on the Platform Party and your families and your friends. Thank you very much. One other note, one of the things that our students do that I cannot do, I like to joke that I am a guy in a pinstripe suit when I go visit the legislature or go to visit Congress. And they expect me to say the things that I say, but when I bring faculty members with me, members of our Board of Trustees, and most importantly, our students, you share your passion. You share your knowledge of where you want to go, and that is what seals the deal. We at the college have raised record numbers of dollars of grants in the last several years, and the people who deserve the most credit for that are the students who were out there working hard with those donors, those givers who can help us provide you with the very best in resources, such as the science building that's going to be opening in just a few months. So thank you again for what you do for us students. Now, I will also mention finally that among you is the first graduating class of early college students at Muskegon Community College. Yes, indeed, deserves a round of applause. I'm going to estimate, and I know that our registrar, Gene Roberts, or our vice president, Dr. Selman, will correct me if I'm wrong, but we have roughly 400 students in all of our early college programs, and I'm going to believe we're graduating 19 students today, and there are roughly 40 students in our early college Muskegon, which is the first class. So thank you very much for persevering, and thank you very much for being the first in the history of the college to do this. Now, again, thank you. Congratulations, students. Participating in tonight's ceremony are the faculty and staff and guests who are honored by your accomplishments. On stage with me are members of our Board of Trustees, our two vice presidents, and select speakers for tonight's ceremony. I would like to introduce them to you, ask for each one to rise, to remain standing, and for you to greet them with your applause after I have finished. On the stage to my right and to your left is Dr. Donald Crandall, Board Chair for Muskegon Community College. Next to Dr. Crandall is Dinah Osborne, Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees. And you have already met Trustee Nancy Fry, who is Secretary of our Board of Trustees. Next is Trustee Shaw Mullally, who is Treasurer of the Board of Trustees. And we also have Trustee Ann Oakes, who you have already met. We have Trustee Roy Portinga as well, and Trustee Kathy Moore. Now, to my right again, to your left, in the back row, or row number 2, is Morgan Schwing, Student Government Association President. Our distinguished alumnus, Darnell Early, who you will hear from later, Kathleen Bates, faculty member and secretary of the MCC Faculty Association, and Don Bogema, retired faculty member and master of ceremonies here. We have 2 student speakers today, and I should mention that in the past we asked a guest to come in from outside of the college to speak to you all. And 4 years ago, that guest was Governor Snyder. Governor Snyder spoke at 2 institutions. One was the University of Michigan, his alma mater, and the other was Muskegon Community College. But he spoke following our student speakers and shared with us that, I don't think I'm ever going to do this again if I know that I have to follow students. So that was enough for us to learn that we needed to ask our students to speak. Now, our student speakers are Ashley Jagnecki and Sinisleithway Simpson. And finally, we have on stage Vice President for Student Services and Administration, Dr. John Selman, and Vice President for Academic Affairs and Finance, Ms. Teresa Sturris. Now, we'd also like to take a moment to honor those faculty for whom this will be their last MCC commencement ceremony, those who are retiring this year. These individuals are examples of faculty who have shared their knowledge and life for the betterment of generations of students, just like you. I would like to introduce them to you and ask them to rise and remain standing, and ask you to greet them with your applause after I have finished. First, Professor Nancy Slater, with 9 years of experience. Then Professor Kathy Tosa, with 25 years of experience. Professor Dale DeVries, with 29 years of experience, and Professor Larry Swisher, with 36 years of experience at MCC. Together, they have over 99 years of shared knowledge as faculty of MCC. I'd like you to join me in providing applause to our platform party and to our faculty. You may be seated, thank you. The Muskegon Community College Faculty Association is an organization that commits itself to improving the academic quality of life at MCC. The faculty are at the heart of student learning. Kathleen Bates, nursing faculty and secretary of the Faculty Association, is here tonight and will present the awards that the association provides. Ms. Bates, would you please step forward?
Good evening and welcome, graduates, families, friends, and honored guests. On behalf of the Muskegon Community College Faculty Association, congratulations. The Faculty Association annually gives out 2 scholarships, and it is my pleasure to announce those recipients. The Recognition Scholarship this year honors retiring instructors Larry Swisher, Kathy Toza, Dale DeVries, and Nancy Slater. This year, the Recognition Scholarship is awarded to Keomini Nini Van Hannafone. Nini was recommended by Dr. Amir Al-Saji and Kathy Pollack. Nini is currently pursuing an associate's degree in science and arts and plans to transfer to Ferris State University and obtain a Bachelor's of Science in Pharmacy. Nini is an international student from Laos. She plans to earn a pharmacy degree so she can go back to her home country and educate countryside area people who don't know about medicine or cannot afford it. Completion of these goals will allow Nini to give back to those in her community who need it the most. This year's Memorial Scholarship is given in memory of our friend and colleague, Lisa McCarthy. The winner of this year's Memorial Scholarship is Casey Loring. Casey was recommended by Dean Fritzmeyer and John Truex. Casey is graduating this semester with his associate's degree in science and arts. This fall, Casey will transfer to Michigan Technological University and plans to major in mathematics and minor in astrophysics. Casey is excited to make the voyage up to Michigan Tech. Beyond that, his dream is to continue to further his education in astrophysics in Sweden at Uppsala University. Casey's ultimate goal is to earn a position with the European Space Agency. Casey is an exceptional and non-traditional student. He bought a house and held a job, then went to college. He has an obsessive love for science, but it isn't about getting an A. Casey wants to absorb the information so he can apply it in life. In his application, he stated, "I know I have a huge financial and intellectual road up ahead, but I have the drive and the confidence to keep learning. I feel like the world needs me. I don't know exactly how just yet, but I won't disappoint, and I will find out." Casey, please come to the stage. Congratulations. Best of luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, folks. The Haddon Award is presented by Mercy Health and is presented to a graduate of the MCC nursing program. Tonight, this award is presented by Kimberly McGuire, Chief Nursing Officer and Vice President of Patient Care Services at Mercy Health in Muskegon. Ms. McGuire, would you please step forward?
Thank you. The Reverend Archibald Hayden, Doctor of Divinity and Minister of the First Congregational Church of Muskegon, was named president of the First Hackley Hospital Board of Trustees in 1902 and served in this position until his death in 1937. The Hackley Hospital Board of Trustees developed the Hayden Award in 1946 in honor of Reverend Hayden and fulfilling Charles H. Hackley's wish to support the education of nurses at Hackley School of Nursing. Mercy Health Muskegon continues to generously support and honor the legacy of Hackley Hospital and Reverend Hayden with this award. Hayden Award recipients are selected by the faculty to honor the outstanding nursing graduate from each class based on professionalism, scholarship, citizenship, leadership, and excellence in bedside nursing. I am proud to announce this year's Hayden Award recipients. The recipient of the August 2014 Hayden Award is Amy Medezeski. I knew I was going to hurt that. Sorry, Amy. And also Mercy Health employee. And the May 2015 Hayden Award recipient, Paul Fessenden, also a Mercy Health employee. Congratulations. Amy and Paul, would you please step forward?
Thank you and congratulations. Now, Vice President for Student Services and Administration, Dr. John Selman, will introduce our student speakers. I will note that the college changed to student speakers years ago, as I said earlier, when we found that students regularly give the most inspirational talks of the year. Why not give them the spotlight? Dr. Selman.
Thank you, Dr. Nesbiry, and good evening. Let me start off by saying congratulations to all our graduates. What a critically important achievement for all of you. Life is about special moments, and we live for these moments, and tonight is one of those special moments for all of you graduates and your loved ones, and I hope that all of you agree. The graduates, I know that each and every one of you has a very special and exciting story as to what you went through to get to this ceremony tonight. And I wish that we could all hear each and every one of your stories, but obviously time will not permit us to do that. However, we do have the privilege of hearing from two outstanding graduates about their exciting journey to and through Muskegon Community College. First, we will hear from Ashley Janecki, who started at MCC in 2012, pursuing an associate degree in science and art. and she is one of our first early college students to graduate with an associate's degree while still attending high school in Muskegon County. And second, we'll hear from Sine Leastaway Simpson, who started at Muskegon Community College in 2009 pursuing a nursing degree. They both embody the spirit of our Start, Stay, and Succeed commencement theme this year as they started their college journey at MCC. They stayed at MCC, and they are succeeding at MCC. I have to tell you that it's always great to see students finish what they start, and we know that they will continue on this successful trail. Please allow me to refer you to the commencement program and ask that you take a minute or two to review their outstanding bios. Please help me welcome our first speaker to the podium, Ms. Ashley Janecki.
First of all, I just want to say congratulations to Muskegon Community College's graduating class of 2015. Everyone has their own reasons for embarking on this epic journey. At the end of my 10th grade year of high school, I was given the chance of a lifetime. I applied for and got entrance into the Early College of Muskegon County program. This was a new program offering a free associate's degree after completing the rest of my high school and college curriculum. The Early College of Muskegon County is a great program with terrific benefits. It has been a crazy ride, but it was a ride well worth taking. I honestly do not know how these past 3 years have flown by so fast. My time at Muskegon Community College has shaped me into the person standing before you here today. The knowledge I've gained here is immense. Without taking an oral communications class by Don Bogema, I would be too afraid to even deliver this speech. By taking the accounting classes offered by Larry Swisher, I was able to gain access to the Muskegon Area Career Tech Center, where Sandra Goodrich taught me a vast knowledge of business. Before taking a class by David Stradell, I had absolutely no idea I wanted to be an entrepreneur. With Sandra and Dave's help, I strengthened my skills in business and competed in several business competitions along the way. Just this past fall, I was granted the opportunity to go with Dave and Sandra to Phoenix, Arizona, to help them inform other entrepreneurs around the country of the great benefits of entrepreneur programs in career tech centers. Sandra and Dave have been very influential in my life. Without Muskegon Community College, I would never have been able to participate in these types of events. Furthering my education at Muskegon Community College has exposed me to many different types of people who have one common goal: to thrive and succeed in today's work environment. After this graduation, I plan on finishing my entrepreneurial studies here at MCC with Dave. By taking these courses, I think I will have a great foundation to open my own future business. I am going to continue to work for Holler Handyman. At Holler Handyman, I answer the phones, work in marketing, human resources, and accounting. By working for this company, I am learning many great different aspects of hands-on experience. I use things that I've learned here at Muskegon Community College and the Career Area Tech Center on a daily basis. College is all about taking the knowledge that you have learned and using it in your career. Once again, I would just like to congratulate the graduating class of 2015, and I wish you all the best of luck in your endeavors.
Thank you, Ashley. Please help me welcome our second speaker to the podium. Sine leads the way, Yoni Simpson.
Good evening. My name is Seneliswe Nyoni Simpson. I am greatly honored to be standing here today to share my journey with you. It is with God's grace that I stand before you at this particular occasion. For it was Him that gave me a second chance in life by bringing me to this beautiful land of opportunity. I was born and raised in Gweru, Zimbabwe. I invested 10 years of my life in a very abusive marriage. During this time, I spent some nights outside, beaten, cold, and scared. I used to pray and cry myself to sleep most nights. I suffered silently, and I never told anyone. Typical of abused women. My message to anyone living in an abusive relationship is to muster the courage and strength to get out. I am enough testimony and proof that there is life beyond any abusive situations. I arrived in the United States on September 18, 2001. I had nothing to myself but my suitcase and a $100 bill. Being a nurse was my childhood dream. Unfortunately, I could not afford to move on with my education after high school. My father had passed on, and my mother could not afford to send all of us to school. But I never stopped dreaming. Getting to the United States rekindled this aspiration. I lived with my cousin in Grand Rapids until I was able to get settled on my own. Once settled, it was time to take care of unfinished business in Zimbabwe. I had left my 2 children with a promise to go back for them at the earliest opportunity. Fulfilling that promise was not an easy task, but sheer resolve and determination ensured that I stayed on that plan and I never gave up. 8 years later, I was in a new marriage with my husband, Kenneth Simpson, who loved and cherished me dearly. With his help, my 2 girls, Christine and Monica, joined us for Thanksgiving in 2009, and we had a lot to be thankful for that year. Once the family was together, it was time for me to start chasing my dream again. I wanted to be a true role model for my children. I enrolled at Muskegon Community College and started taking nursing prerequisites at the rate of 1 or 2 classes per semester. I stayed on the plan, and before I knew it, I was done with my pre-nursing classes. I finally got into the program, which turned out not to be easy. My fellow graduates can attest to how difficult it was, but most of us stayed the course. I, for one, worked like I've never worked before. With English being my second language, it meant that I had to study 10 times more than the native English speakers. I would literally read a sentence 3 to 5 times, including translating it into my native language before I answered questions. I was always the last one to come out of the exam room, but that did not stop me from pursuing my dream. I stand as proof to anyone who is here today and doubting themselves by thinking that they cannot overcome. You can still achieve your dreams. All you need to do is start on the journey and stay on it until you succeed. If I could do it, then anyone can do it too. I believe that each and every one of us has a positive dream about their life. Each individual holds the keys to their own dreams. It is up to them to reach out and unlock the doors to their full potential and happiness. Yes, the road may be bumpy, there may be obstacles along the way, and yes, we may trip and fall. Just get up and continue to chase your dream. With enough motivation, resilience, and persistence, success will certainly be assured. It does not matter how bad you think your situation is. All that is needed is action. Sitting and waiting will not help. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "If you can run, get up and run. If you can't run, walk. And if you can't walk, then crawl. Whatever you do, don't give up until you succeed." My experience here at Muskegon Community College has been amazing. I cannot express enough how appreciative I am to all the dedicated faculty members who worked tirelessly to help me succeed. With this career, I am planning to use it to give back to this country by providing optimum care to fellow Americans while working as a nurse. I plan to continue with my education to get my BSN and continue to make a difference in people's lives. I also plan to do missionary work in Zimbabwe, working with women and children to reduce unnecessary deaths caused by lack of knowledge and lack of resources. I would not have made it this far in my journey without the assistance I got from various people along the way. I would like to thank the entirety of MCC faculty, from the President, Dr. Nesberry, Vice President, Dr. Selman, to Pam Brown, and all my wonderful nursing instructors who worked tirelessly in molding me and my fellow graduates to be excellent nursing students. A special thank you to Pam Brown for directing such a wonderful nursing program. Thank you for being part of my dream. I would recommend MCC nursing program to anyone without second thoughts. I would also like to thank my husband, Ken, for financial, moral, and affectionate support that he rendered from day one. I want to apologize, though, for that gray hair you now have, which you did not have at the time I started nursing school. I would also like to thank all my fellow nursing graduates who walked this journey with me. I want to also thank my daughters, Christine, Monica, and Kelsey, for putting up with me, adjusting their schedules to accommodate mine. Monica deserves a special mention for those late-night visits to her bedroom for practice assessments on test-out nights. Over and above all, I thank God Almighty for being my pillar of strength in my life journey to this day. Thank you, and God bless you, and God bless America.
And folks, now I think you understand what I meant before. We do not need external speakers. These young ladies were outstanding. Let's give them another round of applause, please. At this time, I now turn the program over to the MCC College Singers and the Wind Ensemble who present the fine music they prepared for the event. Consecrate the Place and Day and America the Beautiful.
Consecrate the place and day to music and Cecilia. Consecrate, 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 consecrate. Consecrate the place and day. Let no round winds approach, no daring fear, the hollow bound, no rudely shake, the tuneful air, the spoil of fleeting sound, no sign, no broken bird, the sadness swells every song, one song is in voice and strings prepare.
Ladies and gentlemen, it should be noted that 5 years ago, the band program did not exist at Muskegon Community College, nor did the broader music program. Professor Daniel Myers created the program from literally thin air. And it is just a tremendous testament to his efforts, as well as the efforts of Thomas Clark and the rest of the humanities, arts and humanities department, that we have these fine programs today. A choir that was strong is already stronger in 2015. So thank you very much for what you've done for the college, folks. Graduates, another message. Now that you've completed your studies here at MCC, you have become an alumnus of Muskegon Community College. We do plan to stay in contact with you all. The Alumni Relations Committee is represented tonight by Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees, retired Executive Vice President, and two-time interim president of the college, Diana Osborne, who will greet you and recognize one of our distinguished alumni. Vice Chair Osborne, please step forward.
Thank you, Dr. Nesbury. I'm also an alumni, so congratulations to all of you. The highest honor that Muskegon Community College bestows upon an outstanding alumnus whose professional achievements, community service, and advocacy of higher education exemplify the foremost ideals of the college is the Distinguished Alumni Award. This year's recipient is Mr. Darnell Early. After graduating from Muskegon Heights High School and then Muskegon Community College, Mr. Early furthered his academic journey by obtaining a bachelor's degree from Grand Valley State University and a master's degree from Western Michigan University. I wonder how he decides which sports teams he should cheer for. As we look at his professional career, it's obvious that public service is extremely important to him. His 35-plus year career has focused on public administration, from an after-college position in community development with the Urban League of Muskegon, to high-profile positions in city government, and finally to his recent appointment by Governor Rick Snyder as emergency manager of Detroit Public Schools. Darnell was elected the 95th president of the International City-County Management Association in 2009. This prestigious organization has over 9,000 members in 31 countries around the world. He also served the ICMA as Midwest Regional Vice President from 1998 to 2001. In 2005, he was appointed to the Natural Resources Commission by Michigan Governor Jennifer Granholm. During September 2011, Michigan Governor Rick Snyder appointed him to a state 8-member review team for the city of Flint. It's obvious that these were not simply political appointments, but were made based on his knowledge and expertise. Darnell's support of higher education is exemplified by his past service to Grand Valley State University as adjunct faculty. He taught undergraduate courses in public budgeting and financial administration, workplace diversity, and human services organization development in 1982, 1986, and 1994. Darnell received the WMU College of Arts and Sciences School of Public Affairs and Administration Alumni Achievement Award in fall 2011. He obviously epitomizes the criteria of being an outstanding alumni at every institution he attended. It is my distinct honor to introduce to you now this year's MCC Distinguished Alumni from the class of 1975, Mr. Darnell Early.
Thank you very much, Vice President Osborne. To President Nasberry, Chairman, Board of Trustees, Dr. Crandall, members of the MCC Board of Trustees, the faculty, students, and the class of 2015. Hello, Muskegon. My hometown. It's just good to be here today to share with you in this momentous occasion. The American author Thomas Wolfe, in his 1940 novel, You Can't Go Home Again, tells the story of George Webber, a fledgling author who writes a book that makes frequent references to his hometown of Libya Hill. His account explores the changing American society of the 1920s and 30s, including the stock market crash, the illusion of prosperity, and what he refers to as the unfair passage of time, which prevents him from ever being able to return home again. The story rounds out with Mr. Webber realizing that he could go home again, but the home that he knew, as well as the person that he was when he left there, were no more. How prophetic it is that Wolfe's story, which I studied, by the way, in my American literature class at Muskegon Community College over 40 years ago, would become so meaningful to me tonight. For you see, coming home again reminds me of the many changes that I have endured, just as my hometown has changed and endured. And today, many of those same changes have left other American cities with the same sense of varying degrees of change and endurance for a myriad of reasons, and in many cases, with little sense of hope for long-term solutions. Extreme population decline rather than population growth, economic distress instead of economic prosperity, revenue loss instead of revenue gain, and organizational dysfunction rather than organizational efficiency and effectiveness have impacted the way many of our hometowns look today. Any one of these variables in and of themselves would present a significant challenge to any city manager or mayor, school district, superintendent, or community college. Meeting those challenges will require the best and brightest minds with a dedicated commitment towards serving the people. Ultimately, these unmitigated factors impact quality of life, and that is why I chose the educational and professional path that I now follow today, to be able to still make a difference some 40 years later, after finally realizing that if I was going to be successful in answering my calling, the journey would begin in earnest at Muskegon Community College. And so it began, circa 1972. And during periods of uncertainty, and yes, there were many, as it is with any trek into the unknown, it became apparent that the depth and complexity of my goal required me to not only get started, but no matter what came my way, to stay engaged in order to succeed. As graduates, you will leave here tonight on a mission. And successful mission preparation requires a number of qualities which demand extreme attention to details. Academic, characteristic, experiential, and spiritual components are tantamount to the binding of solid values within the fabric of a person, be they a public administrator or anyone called upon to lead. And that binding begins early in life and follows along a continuum of one's life stories and how we manage to overcome adversity, to overcome challenges, to overcome grief, to overcome disappointment, and to still be a public servant. Because you see, the world today is a very confusing place. And in my opinion, a spiritual conviction is going to be just as important as grounding in the foundations of academic and professional excellence. There are a lot of situations that you will face, if you haven't already, that they didn't teach you about in college or in any school for that matter, things for which there are no theories to explain, but things that swirl around you every day as you are called upon to make decisions. Fast forward with me for just one moment, if you would, to 2011, while city manager of Saginaw. I was asked by the Michigan Department of Treasury on 2 occasions to serve on independent financial review teams that confirmed Treasury's initial assessment of the cities of Flint and Benton Harbor's financial condition. Upon accepting those assignments, it became evident to me that my personal, faith-based, educational, and professional preparation and experience had enabled me to be ready to fill just such a role, a very difficult role, I might add. But that's important because Michigan's urban core cities and school districts struggle under the weight of inadequate funding mechanisms, revenue loss, and high expenditure costs, coupled with burdensome expenses related to legacy and obligatory agreements enacted decades earlier within a much stronger socioeconomic environment. Nevertheless, the obligations remain the same in spite of the challenges we now face in many of our public institutions. And there are many school districts and many cities in the state of Michigan and throughout the country that are struggling to provide decent quality of life services. And in order to survive, these institutions must be well managed and high performing. And this will require a new generation of dedicated leaders for many years to come. And many of you, as you continue along your journey of personal discovery, educational and professional development, will be asked throughout your various career pursuits to answer the call to service, the call to commitment, the call to get involved. And perhaps one day, years from now, you too will go home again and find that after your life experiences have molded you from the raw materials of promise and potential into the steadfastness of purpose and accomplishment, you will identify a place for you to start, to stay, and to succeed. A place for you to take up a similar challenge. A place for you to inspire others coming along after you. As it did for me, Muskegon Community College will have played a significant role in that undertaking, giving you your start, encouraging you to stay, and enabling you to succeed. And this is critical now more than ever before because there is a solid belief that many cities and school districts faced with structural financial budget problems and deficits can't solve their own problems. And in many cases, that is all too true. But not only is that a contention in public administration, but it is also evident in the recent private sector accounts of General Motors, the major lending institutions, and the major financial institutions, as well as some of our other major cities, all in their efforts to redefine themselves given the stark economic realities of a downturned economy during the mid to late 2000s. But I am encouraged this evening as I look out and see many of you ready, willing, and able to answer the call, to stand in the gap and help to move the needle forward towards success by seeking out the difficult tasks and accepting the challenging jobs that many of our colleagues shy away from or avoid altogether. For in my business, the people's business, when one succeeds, we all succeed, because the community is made better as a result of all of our efforts. As leaders, and many of you will become leaders someday, if not already, it falls to us to accept the challenges that affect our cities, counties, townships, and schools. In my own life as a leader, a public administrator for 37 years, 25 of which as a deputy county administrator or city manager, I bring a different perspective to my current role of state-appointed emergency manager, first in the city of Flint and now in Detroit Public Schools. And that perspective is that I am a city manager, a public administrator, and a public servant first, who just happens to have been appointed by the governor to serve in financially distressed urban communities that struggle with financial solvencies and managerial effectiveness in their efforts to provide the best quality of life for their citizens, just as any community wants to do. And that will require leaders. That will require commitment. Because the problems of urban America in general and Michigan in particular, given the current challenges facing the city of Detroit, and other Michigan urban core cities are well documented. But through the continuing efforts and sacrifices on the part of a lot of good people, and by the grace of God, together we are going to make it better. For as goes Detroit, so goes the state of Michigan. As goes the state of Michigan, so goes the city of Detroit. And no matter where you live, we all have a stake in a healthy Michigan with a strong and vibrant urban core. In accepting these difficult public administration challenges, and believe me, they have been all of that and then some. My preparation down through the years for those appointments was honed in many of the same corridors that maybe some of you have traversed over the past few years. Honed in the classrooms of Muskegon Heights Public Schools, class of 1969. Honed in the corridors of the Urban League of Greater Muskegon. Honed in the pews and choir stand of the Beulah Missionary Baptist Church, in local government city halls, board chambers, and offices of Muskegon County government. Many experiences perhaps in general the same, but specific to you and as individual as your goals are your own. I actually had the experience of being employed and working on one of the maintenance crews back in the early 70s that cleaned up, set up, and tore down venues right here at the L.C. Walker Arena, following hockey games and basketball games and concerts and other events. That too are part of the meaningful life experiences that made me who I am today. Like many of you, I've had to work my way towards my education and professional goals, and you learn to appreciate things more when you've got some skin in the game. Well, what are you saying, Mr. Manager? My point is there are commonalities for all of us within all of the diversities of life. And one commonality is that Muskegon Community College has served as the apex of those experiences and the launching pad for positioning you, me, and thousands of other students before and with us, and that will be coming on after us, to be able to go forward and make a difference. To ask the pertinent questions while all at the same time seeing a need not only for the answers to the questions, but also the urgency for a clear plan of action for executing the purposes that generated the questions. But more importantly, in the process, gaining the necessary knowledge to take that plan of action and implement it on behalf of others. And that is the charge that I place with you tonight. For when we do this, we are paving the way, we are tilling the soil, and we are constructing the building blocks for effective change, further development, or other component and results-oriented outcomes which will inure directly to the quality of life in our cities and towns. And that's how we address our institutional challenges. That's how we will take our roles in proper places once we become leaders in our own individual rights. Never forgetting, lest we fail to fully comprehend the enormity of the challenge, that it takes a team to manage a city, a school district, or a community college. And every team must have a leader in order to be effective. And it takes a leader with a vision to effectively manage a team towards realizing that vision. And yes, at the end of the day, it takes a spiritual anchor to get you through it all. And believe me when I tell you, I know prayer changes things. Finally, just as in Weber's hometown of Libya Hill, all of us must create a new appreciation for our hometown, as well as the communities in which we serve. And in some cases, that town may mimic an old friend who has fallen on hard times, an old friend who is a part of many of our histories in one way or another, irrespective of whether or not we were born and raised here or there, an old friend who is showing signs of growing old, but with bursts of new life and vitality through community and economic development, among other socio-political benchmarks, but an old friend who in the process needs a healthy level of support, commitment, love, and belief in his future. And with these thoughts and continued commitments, like Weber, we will realize that we can go home again. It may be different, but we will make it better. Its image may be tarnished, but we will help shine it up. Its rate of crime may be high, but we will do what we can to reduce it. Its public school system may be broken, but we will work hard. We will watch, fight, and pray to heal the land. And we cannot fail. The stakes are too high. For it represents the future of our babies and preparing them to one day graduate from Muskegon Community College long after we're gone. That is the hometown that I know, that I return to tonight, and I know that many of you know. And when all else seems to fail, just remember, it never hurts to offer a prayer for the city. So in closing, and I know I've gone past my time here, Doctor, but on a more personal note, I am humbled and honored by this recognition and to receive this award. To be recognized with such distinction among so many is very much appreciated, especially given some of the other less popular politically motivated recognitions that tend to follow me and others in my line of work. But be that as it may, my mother and father, were they here tonight, would be proud. And I can see the smiles on their faces and the tears of pride brimming in the eyes of James and May Early to see the 8th of their 9 children accept the Distinguished Alumni Award for 2015 from Muskegon Community College. For you see, they also worked hard to prepare me for just such a time as this. They never went to college. They didn't have a lot of awards or other forms of recognition. No neatly displayed rolls of honorary paraphernalia hanging on their walls. But what they did have was faith in God. And with that faith, they prayed for me and my 5 sisters and 3 brothers, taught us many of life lessons that started us on our way with our minds stayed on the right things so that we could succeed in doing God's will. And Dr. Nelsbury knows what I'm talking about this evening because he and I share a similar bit of Muskegon history. My father and his father worked together in the plant at the old West Michigan Steel West Strand Foundry back in the day, just about a mile due west of here on Western Avenue. And like many other families, black, white, Hispanic, and others, they immigrated to Muskegon in search of a better quality of life for their families and the best educational opportunities possible for their children. They knew that things would one day be different and that the times they were a-changing. And although they didn't all live to see those changes or the attainment of their goals for us, we stand tonight on their shoulders and on the shoulders of many others, respectively myself as the governor's appointed chief executive officer of the largest school district in the state of Michigan, and him as the president of one of the most successful community colleges in the Michigan community college system. We stand symbolic of their efforts and challenges, mindful of their sacrifices, and beholden to their dreams of that better way of life in which they believed, worked hard for, and many others died for. And some of you here tonight have that same testimony. Or someone at some point worked hard to make sure that you would have a better opportunity than they had. Someone else offered mentorship of some kind to help you with your decision-making and life choices. And my first mentor when I was starting out professionally was a man who many of you may know, late Ralph Precious, the former county administrator here in Muskegon, who hired me back in 1981, gave me my first real chance. And yes, someone prayed for you as well. So we must pledge tonight to hand down that same resolve and commitment to those coming after us. And that is the greatest tribute that we can pay to the many who loved, the many who cared, that we started, that we stayed, and that we succeeded. Go forth and continue your success that commences here tonight. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Early. My parents would always share with me that I should surround myself or be around people who I would like to be when I grew up. I think you can agree that Mr. Early is a person that we all would like to be when we grow up. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, here is that moment you have all been waiting for. Yes, indeed. The presentation of the class of 2015 and the awarding of degrees. Will the faculty, counselors, librarians, and administrative staff please rise? Will the graduates of the class of 2015 who are to receive their associate degrees and certificates please rise? Chair Dr. Crandall, the faculty of Muskegon Community College has recommended that the students who now stand before you and whose names appear in the commencement program be awarded the associate degree or diploma according to and on the condition of having completed their specific course requirements. As president of this august institution, it is my extreme pleasure to present these students to you for the conferring of degrees.
Through the power vested in the Board of Trustees of Muskegon Community College, I hereby confer upon those candidates who have completed their requirements the degrees and certificates listed in the program tonight with all the attendant rights, privileges, responsibilities, and honors. Congratulations.
Students and faculty, please be seated. Thank you, Dr. Crandall, and congratulations to the class of 2015. It is now my pleasure to introduce Vice President of Academics and Finance, Teresa Sturis, and Vice President of Student Services and Administration, Dr. John Selman, who will read the names of the class of 2015. And it is my pleasure to introduce the Director of Nursing, Pam Brown, who will pin the nursing graduates of the class of 2015.
Ashley Lynn Janecki.
Sine leads the way, Simpson.
Alex Barretto.
Davenport. Shalinda T. Knight, Davenport.
Adam Johnston.
Megan Page Krause with honors.
Paul Fessenden.
Casey Loring with honors.
Samantha Aker.
Brody Anderson.
Rebecca Anderson.
Naraldo Andrade.
Andre David Andrews.
Katie Lynn Austin.
Ashley Brianna Barr.
Lacey Jean Bazette. with honors.
Kimberly Beach.
Ashley K. Banning.
Joseph E. Bell.
Keisha Berry.
David Binden.
Neelan Bradley.
Guadalupe Banteo.
Tanika Chambers.
Joshua Christopher.
Conister. Leah Conister with honors.
Jason Church.
Angelica Sipley.
Adrian Cobb.
Natasha Cockram with honors.
Emily Ann Connolly.
Thomas Cooper.
Victoria Cortines Cortez.
Ebony Cotton.
Mason C. Courtright.
Rachel Cowles.
Nathan Cramblett.
Sarah Cunningham.
Timothy D. Dancliffson.
Cindy M. Dossman with honors.
Lindsay Davis.
Brandy Ray Earl.
Keely A. Enterline with honors.
Jessica Epplett with honors.
John Lazarus Evans.
Christine Ferguson.
Jacob Field.
Janelise Fletcher with honors.
Riley Allen Franks.
Stephanie French.
Kaylee Froloff.
Furman. Megan Furman with honors 4.0.
Christine Gartner.
Justin Gillen.
Leanna Grace Gilliland.
Gettard. Becky Baker Gettard with honors.
Kimberly Gorman.
Crystal Gorish with honors.
Virginia Rose Gowell.
Dakota Grant.
Lindsay N. Griffith with honors.
Tristan Hall.
Maureen Hampton with honors.
Paige Elizabeth Hancock.
Nicole Harger with honors.
Tara Danae Haskins.
Whitney Hefner.
Hillary Henry with honors.
Amber Nicole Hepler.
Simon Lee Hookinga.
Carla Ingersoll.
Nicholas Anthony Jacobs.
John Javinsky.
Shannon Kelly.
Misty Kemp.
Jessica Kennedy.
Kaylee Elizabeth Kessler with honors.
Kaylee L. Keefe.
Hannah M. Kuiper with honors.
Elizabeth Knight.
Brandy Michelle Costers.
Josephine Croft with honors.
Amanda Crum.
Teresa Krupp.
Jody Landers with honors.
Jack Michael Langlois.
Miles Michael Lawton with honors.
Brittany L. Lewis.
Kiera Lewis.
Hanshu Lin.
Sandra Lindsay.
Adam Lindstrom.
Samantha Londo.
Lindsay Love with honors.
Zachary W. Mahan with honors.
Esther Manley.
Matt Mellum.
Eliana Mendez.
Lori Ann Metzler with honors.
Brandy McKelly with honors.
Ashley Miller.
Aaliyah Mitchell with honors.
Morgan.
Riker Lowe Morningstar.
Rachel Arlene Mortensen.
Pamela Mile with honors 4.0.
Tara L. Mulready.
Zachary R. Marar.
Sarah Musser with honors.
Kyle Nelson, okay. Kyle Nelson with honors.
Jeremy Michael Neese.
Benjamin Orling.
Rebecca Kathleen Osorio.
Morgan Elizabeth Ottman.
Stephen Lewis Ottman.
Christopher Jordan Parisian with honors.
Savannah Parmley with honors.
Liliana Perez.
Jeremiah L. Peterson with honors.
Carmen Pierce with honors.
Derek Parada.
Melanie. Okay, that's right. Melanie Prey.
Austin T. Provenzo.
Alicia, yeah. Alicia? Alicia Rapp.
Tammy Reagan Lindsay.
Destiny Reed.
Alex J. Reinhold.
Richard Leo Saback, Jr.
Brooklyn Noel Sabin with honors.
Maurice Antoine Sain, Sr.
Misty Savacool.
Stacy Marie Scanlon.
Hannah Scheid with honors.
Don M. Seaton with honors.
Amanda Sangmany with honors.
Ashley Schaefer.
Megan L. Shirey.
Simon. Bradley Simons.
Andrew L.J. Sims II.
Ariel Sims with honors.
Solana Patrice Marie Skubik.
Eris. Eris Edward Smith.
Jessica L. Smith with honors.
Carly Smersina.
Michael Smersina.
Thomas Smersina.
Joshua Arthur Snyder.
Kelly Taylor Snow.
Megan Sahosky.
Jesse Spittler.
Mary Stevens.
Miranda Ray Stevens.
Brianne N. Stewart.
Luke Straight.
Bridget Marie Taylor with honors.
Edith Turner.
Chandler Tuttle with honors.
Megan Nicole Tork.
Willeen Ann Van Dyke.
Paige Vanderjack with honors.
Stephanie Christabeth Vanderland.
Anver Elizabeth Velasquez with honors.
Danielle Villa.
Yesenia Villanueva.
Afton Elizabeth Walker.
Shauna Warners.
Kaylee Waters.
Tamara Weberg.
Jason Westenberg.
Amanda Sue Westhoff.
Savannah Wigmink.
Lindsay Wiley with honors.
Autumn Williams.
Kencherio Williams.
Sharita Williams.
Autumn N. Woods.
Taylor Ann Zerfus.
Mitchell Goosen.
Mackenzie Thomas.
Chase S. Colella.
Jessamy Ewlings.
Alexander Bernhardt.
Jessica Foster. Caitlin
Hagard Beitendorf.
Darwin Jamie McMurray with honors.
Cambria Moran with honors.
Kriana Sandoval.
Brittany Stack.
Daniel Edward Stewart with honors.
Graduates, please stand. In recognition of your status as a college graduate, please now change the placement of your tassel from the right side of your graduation hat to the left side. Now, graduates, the auditorium is filled with people who are here to celebrate your accomplishments, earned by you individually, belonging to you, and they are as proud of your accomplishment of completion as we are. I express my personal congratulations, and I ask that each of you turn and face the audience. I express my personal congratulations, and I ask that you, the board, the faculty and staff and spouses, including my wife of 36 years somewhere out there in the audience, who puts up with me forever incessantly, and family and friends, I present to you the 2013 graduates of Muskegon Community College.
On behalf of Muskegon Community College and our graduates, thank you for joining us for our 2015 commencement ceremony. At this time, I ask that you please stand and join in the singing of the MCC alma mater. The words are on the inside back of your program. Please then remain standing for the recessional performed by the Muskegon Regional Police Pipe and Drum, the alma mater.